Hey, what's going on? Rakeem Madison here. And on today's episode, guys, I am going to be interviewing somebody, a very special person. And he's been in the, direct sales space for 20 years. He's also been in the real estate niche for 15 years. So, guys, he had a lot of experience. So, what I want to do, and as you guys know, I love to bring you value here on the channel. But I want to bring him out and interview him because I want to share some value with you guys on things that you can be doing to be able to get to the next level and whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's, in MLM, direct sales, affiliate marketing, network marketing. I want you to be able to tap into the minds of the people who are actually getting the results, because that's how you're going to be able to get there. All right. So without further ado, guys, I don't want to waste too much time. I do want to get, into this interview. I'm actually pretty excited to do it. So without further ado, I'm going to actually bring out Mr. Olivier. All right. So just bear with me here for a second. I'm going to bring him out here momentarily. All right. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Rakim, thank you very much for inviting me to your YouTube channels and to your live. Hi, guys.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So this is Olivier, guys. We're going to kind of just, be going back and forth. I'm going to be asking him some questions. He's also going to be sharing his story with you guys. So you can get a little bit of insight and really get into his mind. All right. So like I said, without further ado, I'm going to go and let him share his story. And as he's going, I'll just kind of tag in every once in a while. So take it away, brother.
Gotcha. Well, it's a very simple story. It's like a lot of you can relate it to me because like I've been in sales now for like over 20 years and the last 15 in real estate. And as we all know, real estate business need to be advertised to the max. So it's like when I came across this platform, this beautiful marketing platform, I was surprised about the result and how simple this was. Like my journey into real estate advertising, it's like all of you guys know for 15 years, like we've been prior internet and all of that stuff. So that was not that easy back then. And now I'm like, when I started with this in January this year, it's like we got so much result in such a small amount of time. I was kind of perplexed how the platform was working. But when I start to look at all of the details on how simple it's like the owners and everybody in a team work together to get all of those tools to work for us, it just making sense. I'm like, still a lot of my friends and colleagues still doing printing advertising, and it's just like backwards. It's just like it's like way back then. It's like we've been working on just advertising in yellow pages. Now it's like nobody goes around in the neighborhood with one of those yellow books and just looking at all the different businesses. Everybody's on the internet and looking what business doing what in your area. And that's why as a realtor, as a brick and mortar business, it is best to work with online and digital marketing. The first 3 months I worked because I also do direct sales. And my goal was first of all, just to work with with this tool and to help my business grow. That's what I did very well. After the first 2 weeks, when I saw how easy that was and simple that was, I started to connect with other businesses I was working with, lawyers, painters, like assessors, bank, and all of those guys, because that don't make any sense just to keep that for myself. Like if we can all work together and get more clients, we're just gonna refer clients to each other. So the system was just so simple. Everybody kind of jumped in, and it's like, as a direct sales business too, I'm like, it's just so easy to duplicate the way we've been doing marketing. So that's kind of like my first 3 months into the business. Everybody's like asking me questions like, how did you get as many clients together to work with this platform? I'm like, the number one thing is any businesses. Like you're talking about MLM business, you're talking about brick and mortar business. Any of us love what we do. We love to do real estate. We love to do and hairdressers and all of those guys. They don't have time to learn about marketing for like 10, 20, 30, 40 hours before they start to do digital marketing. So when I start to show the systems to everybody, and it's like in 5 minutes, you can set up everything together. And every morning you just check your email, click on the notification, and just send that to everywhere on the online digital market. So it's a very high performance tool. And I'm very glad to be on here today just to share that with you, because it's going to be helping tons and tons of different businesses. Everyone who actually have a business now, they want to get into the online marketing because that's where customers are. And like if you look at the retail business around you, most retail business closed down because everything is going online. So for your business to stay alive, you need to get your act together and get all that digital marketing going for yourself. And that's what we have together with the company we're working with.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I agree. And, especially for like, brick and mortar businesses, a lot of times they don't even have a website, right? That's like a huge issue. And most times the brick and mortar business owner, they want to focus on doing what they have a passion with, not worried about marketing. And so I really think this really brings things together for everything. It just really hits on a lot of problems that they have.
Yeah.
But what I want to kind of transition to is like, when you were like how was that when you were doing real estate and you didn't have this tool and you had to, I know they do a lot of putting things in the ground and like how was that before even the internet? Kind of take us back on the struggles of doing that before time, man.
Well, it's as all realtor knows, and most businesses know too. I'm like, to connect with a potential clients back then, there was no other options to the one-on-one, to like going like 2 or 3 nights a week to the like business network event and just talk to people face to face. So that's huge amount of time. The second phase is it's like when you have a listing, it's like how do you promote the property for sales? Like you got those banners, you got those news like newsletters like on the local paper, you got those ads in any type of printed media. And we all know now it's just not worth the time to spend to create those documents. The amount of money you're spending just to create and to send out of those, because all of you guys know, just like I do, everything I get in my mailbox, 90% of that stuff is just printed and going directly to the shredder or to the garbage can. It's like we don't look at those anymore. Like we just bombarded with all those tools. So I love what we do with that online marketing tools. We do love that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I agree, man. So, for the people that are watching us here today, I know we talk about tools and we talk about just online marketing as a whole, but talk to the people on, what else do you believe is actually important? Like, is mindset important? Is like, what does it take like to really get the results that they're wanting? Because you talked about your first 3 months, you set an intention, right? You set an intention. First, it was just you're trying to figure out, how this will work, but then you were like, oh, this is great, right? And you got on that, you just kind of went and broke inertia, and you had like an income explosion. And I remember seeing it. So just talk to the people a little bit about that, man.
As all of you guys know, I'm like, real estate is one thing. I'm like, but if you don't make sales, you don't make any money. So, and it's like for any type of businesses, something with direct sales, something with anything else. I'm like, in our case, I saw the potential to be able to help a lot of businesses. And trust me when I say, I'm like, when you see the numbers and everything else, 99% of small to medium-sized businesses, they want to advertise online. So when I started to show up and just talk to those people, they were just flabbergasted just to see how easy and simple it was. And for myself, I saw the company, I saw the result, I saw the product, and somewhere, somehow, part of it is also a residual income. And happy realtor is a realtor who make money every month. So the reason why I built this business with Royalty is because my income in just 2 months time went up to like 4 digit. It's like I was making over $1,000 a month. It's like on my second month with it, and everybody's like, "That how many clients did you help?" I'm like, first month that was 10, second month that was 10, and the third month was 10. That was it. I'm like, how much time do you have to spend to explain to 10 business owner, brick and mortars, or any business owner that in few minutes they're going to be able to broadcast their businesses and services everywhere?
Yeah.
I'm like, how easy is it's like how easy is this? I'm like, work with the tools, and it's like, and let somebody coach you, and it's like, let some.
I think you kind of froze a little bit, brother. But but yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely, man. And something I want to ask, man, is because I have a lot of I got network marketers here on the channel. I got a lot of different I got a lot of different people on here, but majority are affiliate marketers and network marketers. So you know most of them they want to know the secret, right? So because if you could have an income explosion like that, like they want to know what it is that you're doing. Now, I don't know if you're going to share, everything, but what's the fundamentals? Like, what is the basic things that you did to be able to, pretty much get in front of the right people and get them to actually take action? Because I know that's usually what people want to know.
yeah. Well, it's like part of my background is love MLM business. I've been, it's like I've been connected to the type of business direct sales from the age of 18 years old back in France, way back then with Amways and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So the difference between most of the network marketing companies now and what we have with Royalty is two types of different clients. It's like 90% of those businesses are based on your network of people, friends, family, your cousins, and all the shebangs. Like, how many like diet shakes can you sell to your family and network? Like, it's a very small amount of people, and for you to get to a high level of income on a residual basis, you need to work your butt off. Difference with what we're doing this now, you just look in your neighborhood and see how many businesses you have in your neighborhood. And for me, that was just so easy because talking to business, that's what I do every day. And you do the same thing too. I'm like, you go to your hairdresser, it's like you meet people with businesses every day. So why not focus on helping those guys too? And first thing we learn in direct sales is make your list of people, make your list of name. I'm like, you don't even have to touch anybody from your families and friends, because most likely you've been trying to work with them and sell them products for the past 5 to 10 years. So your list of people is going to be based on all of the businesses surrounding you. And I just set up somebody today, and that person is from New Mexico, never been to New Mexico. And that person is in finance. It's like he's in finance business. It's like the relationship I got with him was on Facebook, and then we started chit chat. He saw my post. He was like, "What?" It's like, "What is this exactly?" I'm like, "How are you getting that amount of result and leads every day?" And it was like when I showed it, it's like I just brought them to one of the 15-minute presentations. And when he saw that was only 5 minutes for him to set everything up and just get going, get that advertisement going, and just start collecting leads for him just to follow up with those clients and make sales, it just made sense.
yeah,
I'm like, everybody I know in a direct sales business is like, they are working their butts off to get new clients, new affiliates, and get business going. I'm like, how many companies are out there selling weight loss programs? How many I mean, companies are just selling CBD products. I'm just, you are, like, I know everybody's got the best products, but still, like, everybody you know is bombarded every day with those products and markets. What we have, nobody else have. None. Nobody's on the market have what we have. And it is, just look at the amount and just Google it. It's like how many percentage of businesses you have in your area. It's like how many thousands and thousands of businesses you have in your area and you can help with. Start with 10 clients a month and see how you can make $1,000 in 2 months' time. See how that's going to change your life. I'm like, people's like, yeah, but yeah, $1,000 is not a lot. I'm like, you're kidding me. $1,000 multiplied 12 months is $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
Like the average income in the US is like $35,000. It's a 30, almost a 35% increase in your, it's like in your income.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, there is nothing, nothing difficult with this. Nothing. You just got to be out there and just ask, just like your neighbors, your hairdressers, like everybody's in your, it's like in your network who have businesses. I'm like, would you like to be helped with your digital marketing? And that's all it is. I'm like, I'm not selling you shakes. I'm not selling you CBDs or anything else. I'm like, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm like, I want to get you in touch with somebody who knows about digital marketing and is going to help you with the business to make more money. That's it.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha. So I know you just shared with them pretty much your method, but some people are, what about the people who are like, they don't have as much confidence to go up to a business owner. Like they want to know what are you using? Facebook? Are you using LinkedIn? Like what other methods are you using online? Because a lot of people that are watching me, some of them are, marketing. Majority of them are marketing online. They're not really the people that are like, I don't really want to talk to, or they don't really get on the phone. They feel like the phone is 500 pounds or something like that. So, talk to those people for me, man.
Well, I'm like, it's like you get a few times, like you get type of people who just can go out and just talk to everybody, and you get people who just very comfortable behind the screens and just texting everybody and just social media, huge tool. I'm like, your generations and it's like anybody of the youngest crowd, you have so much potential because you guys are connected all over the world. And the company we're working with is just global. There is no limit where you can help somebody's business grow. So social media is like anything else. I'm like, direct sales for any type of products is about communicate with that person. I'm like, somebody's going to work with a realtor not because he's the best sales guy. That's because they really like to work with you. And it's the same thing with social media. The way you connect with people is and interact with those people, they are going to start asking you questions. And what we have, like tool-wise, like if you look at ranking Facebooks and LinkedIn and YouTubes and everything else, we are providing tools to help any of you guys advertise your business. And that's just simple. I'm like, a lot of people are, it's like, yeah, but it's like social media. I'm like, I got almost nobody on my social media. I'm like, it's just like anything else. How do you build your business? One client at a time. And social media is the same way too. You just build your network one person at a time, who you interact with, who you connect with, who you're interested in. It's like what type of content you're interested in. We work with the social marketing interactive ads we have on there. Those are created for us. I got no time just to look on everything. It's like the best contents, like what's the best videos, what's the best tool to use to attract people into you. It's like into your network. So what we have, you just look on your notification in the morning time, click on your email, and just go post, done. It's saving you thousands of hours just to do this. And you don't have to talk to those people. You don't. I'm like, people are like, yeah, it's like, I don't like to talk to anybody. I'm like, just do this and just see how people start to grow and just watch what you're doing, because you got a lot of people in the background just watching what you're doing. They're not talking to you until they're really interested in you helping them with this. So Don't worry about if you start to do a live or YouTube and create a YouTube channel and nobody's watching, because most likely people is watching in the background, but they're not saying anything about it. They're just lurking at what you're doing, because if you pick the interest of any of those business owners, they're going to start to be open-minded to be helped with this. And that's how you can do both sides. You can connect directly with your local businesses and sort of chit chat with them. I tell everybody who started my team and they're not extroverted. They don't have the emotions. They don't have the charisma. They're like, I'm here to help you. Let me help you with your business. And I just tell them, I'm like, you go to your bakers and like, you just ask the question. I'm like, would you guys be open-minded for one of my friends to connect with you about digital marketing that can help your business? Just that simple question. I'm like, it's not you, it's somebody else. I'm like, would you be open-minded for my friends to connect with you and help you with your digital marketing? Just that simple.
Absolutely, man. That's powerful, man. That just really simplifies the process for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I noticed. I know you said the $1,000, but I know we kind of got like a raise, man. So I think you're actually making a lot more than that right now, man. So I mean, you don't have to get the exact details, but kind of get a people an insight, because your team has definitely, you guys have been running it up pretty well. So just kind of get the people, just kind of talk a little bit about the income. I know people want to hear the results, right? Especially here on my channel.
The result is very simple. I'm like, it's like I tell everybody, I'm like, it's like you start with your 10 clients and you have 10 clients happy. How many you think of those people is going to start to refer other people or actually get their own advertisement paid just by referring clients and other friends? I'm like, you go from 10, you go from like 30, you get from 60, you get like 120. And crazier thing about I'm like, you get global business in 3 months time. And that's kind of what happened with us, because I got connections with friends from all over the planet. And I started somebody up in Kenya, Africa. Out of Kenya, Africa, in 2 months time, we got over 90 people, because it's just spraying like it's just like fire. I'm like, you cannot stop when somebody have good result with this business. And people are like, yeah, but it's like if they stop doing it. I'm like, if you give a business a way to make more money, why would you think that guy would just stop doing it? They don't. They have absolutely no reason to stop advertising their business and making more money. So that's a client for life for you. The retention in our business with Royaltie is just outstanding. So what you've been doing is working on helping others, 10 at a time, 20 at a time, 30 at a time. And the residual income come to you. Whatever you want to make, you can make it with what we have. Absolutely. So that's kind of what I'm very keen in what we're doing it. And ranking is one thing, but it's like be able to see people from all over the planet making even $500 a month more. It's the best part about what we're doing it. I'm like, just to give you like an N in Africa, Kenya, I'm like, it's like the monthly income is not even close to what we have in the States. So when you tell somebody, I'm like, just go help 10 businesses and you'll be able to make over $500 a month, over $1,000 more a month. I'm like, that is why it's just sprang. It's like so many people need more money. Why would you just stop and not talking about it? I'm like, there is no reason why your business cannot go global. And it's just based on what's like on what you're doing it. People, it's like, but it's work. I'm like, welcome to America, people. I'm like, you're in a country, you can just create any businesses you want, do anything you want, make as much money as you want, and have that freedom. Go to Europe. I'm like, you cannot work more than 33 hours a week. You cannot make more than X amount of money. You get too much taxes on. It's just like crazy stuff. I'm like, why would you not to do that in the States? You're born here, you get the freedom, and you can just create your own business and work for yourself. I'm like, make $5,000, $10,000 a month and just run with it. Then just you're 20 years old. You just work with that for the next 12 months and just see how much money you can make with this. I'm like, there is no reason to do a 9 to 5, get stuck and make 15 bucks or 20 bucks an hour. There is absolutely no reason now. None.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's you definitely sharing some good stuff here, man. One thing I kind of want to switch pace a little bit, man. So when it comes to business, yeah, learning the marketing skills and so on and so on. But like, talk a little bit about personal development and how important that is in this entire journey that people are on. Because here on the channel, I talk a lot about personal development and mindset. And I always say it's literally 90% of the game. Like the other 10% with the marketing and those skills, like it's not so much in that, because you got to really be able to actually push yourself to go out there and do it, which kind of leads us to the business owners walking up to them, getting on the phone. For some people, the phone is literally 500 pounds. They will not pick up the phone and speak to anybody, period.
Yeah.
So kind of elaborate on that a little bit, man.
It's like, if you've been in direct sales or any of the same type of business, the number one thing is about you. I tell everybody, I'm like, the number one thing is you were never able to control where you were born, what language you were speaking, how you grow up, and what you learned prior. It's like you start to be a grown up. And a lot of people just blame him. I was like, yeah, but it's like, I'm from so and so. I'm like, my family is just there. I'm like, that was just miserable in my life. I'm like, just like, I'm going to touch something else. It's like on people. It's like, you get overweight because you're feeding yourself. There's nobody else feeding yourself. So it's the same thing with motivation, something with growing inside. Nobody's born with the mindset of a millionaire. Nobody's born with this. I'm like, as a kid, you start to go to school and you learn the basics. Now, as you grow, it's like you make your goals and you want to learn everything about it. Because if you don't learn, it's just like, okay, I'm going to just test drive like a Ferrari, and I have no skills to drive with a stick. I'm like, how you think it's going to go? It's not going to go nowhere. It's just going to break the car, and it's not going to be pretty. And it's the same thing for this. I'm like, the more you build yourself, the better you're going to be at what you're doing it. And it's proven 10,000 hours is the minimum amount of hours you need to put in something to be a pro. So work on yourself and you see the progress. It's like, I've been many, many years with the direct sales, and what I love about is all of the companies working with the same systems of training yourself personally. Because the way you appear, the way you talk, the way you speak, the message is different between two types of people. If you're introverted and you're scared about what somebody's going to think about what you're going to talk about, it's just going to be just bad. When you are safe about yourself, secure about yourself, it's like you're there to help and just to make the right things for the people you're talking to. The message is going to come across as the truth. And that's one of the good thing we learned in Las Vegas. That was one of the key speakers talking about public speaking, and the way you interact with people, the way you connect with people, the way it's like the gestures, it's like the postures and everything else is just showing exactly the way the person is going to sense what you're talking about. And when you study in any businesses, especially in direct sales, like we're doing it, I'm like, you don't have to do that by yourself. You don't. I'm like, almost every night we get presentations. Almost every night you can invite your potential clients to the presentations. Like you have an upline you can be helped with, 3-way call. People are like, I don't know how to do it. So I'm like, just ask them the questions. Are you open-minded for your business to grow and to be helped by somebody who knows about digital marketing? They're like, why not? That's not going to cost them anything. It's just a phone call. They're going to get some information, and you get somebody on a three-way call. I just helped somebody from the West Coast 2 days ago. She's like, "Can I get you in touch with a realtor?" I'm like, "Do a three-way call," and we did a three-way call. The realtor started, and that was it. And I'm not even connected with that person. It's not. We have what a lot of people don't understand in direct sales. I'm like, it's the company we're working together with, all of the people, all of the founding members, affiliates, we're all working with each other. We're doing a lot of stuff on Facebook. We're doing a lot of stuff on LinkedIn. We're doing three-way calls with each other. It's like we are doing Zoom together just to pick our minds, like what we work the best with the new businesses, what work the best with the way we communicate with people. And it is very powerful to see how it's like you can help each other grow and just run with this business. I'm like, you're young, learn, grow, and make money at the same time. It's just the best business in. Like, if you look at now, like brick and mortar business, I'm like, people are like, I love what they're doing, but it's like, you're a doctor. You spend 8 years of your life learning about what you're doing. You spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn about it. And before you start your business, you got a bill to pay for like over $250,000. I'm like, so you be working for the next 5 years to catch up with this. So it's like over like a decade, 10 years to work just to catch up with this. And what we have, you start with $87 and you just run with it. I'm like, oh, big time investment, $87. Like, wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And I like what you said there, man. So for the people that's watching this right now, because some people, they have sometimes they'll say, I work a job and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to do this. So like, what would you say for somebody who's, they don't have they're working a job, maybe they're working, the regular 8 or 12 or whatever they're working, and they don't really feel like they're going to have enough time. What's a routine for them? What would be a good routine for them? I guess you could put it that way. What's a good routine for them, or what do you actually do?
Well, if you work already a full-time, 40 hours, I tell everybody, I'm like, okay, if you don't schedule your time, the time's going to be scheduling himself. So you're not getting to have any time for yourself. If you have it's like every Monday you start the day. On Sunday, what you're doing from Monday to Saturday, you got to schedule what you're doing. You get up in the morning, you do that, you help your kids, you got to get your kids to school. You got to start work at 9 o'clock to 4 or 5 o'clock. That's something you're going to change. It's right there. There's nothing you can do about it. But from 5 on, average people spend 3 to 5 hours in front of a TV. In our business, just like I told you guys earlier, my first month, I didn't kill myself. There was 10 clients. I went for 10 clients to help and sign up 10 clients. And so I didn't spend 60 hours to get that done. I didn't. I'm like, how long it take to just talk to 20 people on the phone or on Facebook? I'm like, hey, it take you, people spend 3 hours a day just on Instagrams and Facebook and everything. That's a killer right there. That's like, instead of just browsing what you guys doing on a daily basis, like what everybody else is doing on a daily basis on Facebook, Instagrams, and everything else, start to connect with those people and to help them. So about going back to the scheduling is just pop like 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day. You already done your list of people you network with on Facebook, LinkedIn, or the social media platform, or in your real life. Like my doctors, my dentists, my hairdressers, my nail salons. You got a bunch of list of people that you can connect with. And just by doing this, and if you schedule your time, put that 30 minutes in there somewhere, lunchtime, lunch break, dinner time before the kids go to bed, like whatever time you have, put that in. And if you just stick with it, create your list of people you need to contact with, and just one by one, cross it. I just call that person, just follow up, I need to call back. And if you go through this, it's going to be easy for you to build this business. And it's like in any type of businesses, scheduling is the key. I'm like, when somebody tell me I got no time and I ask him, it's like, okay, what's your schedule for today? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm working 9 to 5 and I get my kids and everything. I'm like, so what's your schedule for today? They're like, they don't have any answer. I'm like, if you do not schedule your time, something is gonna come up. And I'm like, somebody is like, Rakim called me yesterday, texted me. I was like, okay, can we do this? I'm like, okay, that was on my phone. That was 10 a.m. I was scheduled and done. I'm here. We talking to each other. If you don't schedule your time, it's just gonna go. And 10 years down the road, I'm like, ah, damn it. Look at those guys. Like I talked to Rakim like 10 years ago. It's somewhere in the islands making millions of dollars a month. But the difference is between somebody who's plan what he's going to do on a weekly basis and somebody who's not, as the result. Women are the best to plan things. I'm like, just ask any of your girlfriends and see us like how long that took them just to schedule their weddings. They got everything planned like to the T. So if you do the same thing with your business, you're just killing it. And just between you guys and I, 80% of the women in our direct sales marketing making over $100,000 a year. That's just the proven things because women know how to schedule things, they multitask very well, and they talk about everything everywhere. So there is absolutely no limit in what a woman can do with this business too.
Absolutely, man. I agree, man. And it kind of takes me back to when I first got started back in 2014, man. And for the first 2 years, I didn't really get it. You know what I mean? I didn't really have like a mentor, and so like a lot of times I would go and then I would come home, I would just kind of waste away time, and then boom, I would try to work on it, and then it's already like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And once I really like developed the schedule, then I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing for the next 2-3 hours, or at least until after my kids are asleep, and so on and so on. So scheduling is key. Otherwise, like you said, you're going to be wasting away a lot of time. And trust me, Facebook in itself can cause you to waste a lot of time scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, liking and commenting. And yeah, I'll be completely honest with you. That was a complete waste of time, man. A complete waste of time. So, I just want to say this, man, because we were talking about personal development. So what books would you recommend to the people that are watching here today, or maybe a book, maybe your favorite book that you would recommend to anybody who's trying to start their online journey and they kind of just need that mind shift, like that paradigm shift? Could you just elaborate on that a little bit?
That's interesting when you're talking about books, because I just read something last week about just like the attention span of the youngest generation. Then most of them they're not able to read more than 4 pages, because just when you spend like 3 hours a day, it's like on a social media platform. The reason why you're doing this is just to get what we call more dopamine into your body. Because like you're looking for people, it's like, okay, just post this, like how many people like my post. So anytime you go onto your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, what you're looking for is recognition. It's like you're looking for people just to recognize and like what you're doing. It's just going crazier and crazier, because that lack of attention is just killing people like emotionally. So to read a book or to actually sit down in the morning, like meditate, or it's like self-train yourself to do this. You need to come slowly and just slowly get off the social media platform. I'm like, what you want to do on a daily basis is you schedule your social media platform too. I'm like, that's crazy. People are like, yeah, but I gotta get my phone. Like every 5 minutes, I'm on my phone. I'm like, you drive in a street, you get to the red light. What's the first thing people do? I just get on my phone. I'm just gonna get my Instagram. It's like, oh, cool. Okay, green light. It's the same way. Like the biggest food company train people with TV advertisement. When you it's like when you watch a TV show, It's like every 5 to 6 minutes you get an advertising, and most likely it's going to be snacks, it's going to be food, it's going to be different stuff like that. What people do, they know you have 3 minutes or 4 minutes before the show come back in. So what they most likely do, they go for a snack. And that's how people start to get overweight in the States, because you just get crammed with that advertisement. And it's something with social medias. I'm like, what social media do to yourself is very powerful. So if you don't restrain yourself and just control yourself about what you're doing with the digital, like those tools, the tools taking over you.
Yeah.
We got that was proof. I'm like, we get trainers. Like I was on next to one of my friends on stage, and he was talking about, I'm like, how people don't know much about subliminal marketing. Subliminal marketing is something is just embedded in your brain, and you don't know. I'm like, if you start to to think about, it's like if you got a jingle for McDonald's, like that, just few seconds of those the sound, people are like, I'm loving it. It's just a reflex you got. And if you don't train yourself, others, like somebody else will. It's just like scheduling and everything else. If you don't schedule your time, the time's going to be taken away from you. And so what you're doing book-wise or video-wise, I'm like, you have everything you want on YouTube. You do. Just like Rakim's video. Like, just jump on it and just get your knowledge you need and the information you need from what you see. A lot of people relate it to YouTube video, audio video, and books. You need actually schedule time on your weekly basis to sit down and read a book. Dale Carnegie. I'm like the old-fashioned one. I'm like, everybody's like, yeah, it's like all the new stuff. I'm like, it's just like anything else. I'm like, when you learn about gymnastics, if you don't have the right basics, you cannot grow and just be a good gymnast. And it's the same thing with the personal train yourself. Get the root, get the right basic, just get something like it's gonna help you develop yourself. I'm like, not everybody is the same way. I'm like, somebody's gonna be, you got like a few types of people. They're going to be like pretty monotone. It's like you get speakers that they just get a same tone of voice that's like just like a school teacher. It's like, you fall asleep in 5 minutes and done. They're not there to motivate you. They're just the way, they're just learning that way with them. You got somebody who's like very visual. I'm like, if you watch a video, I'm like, that guy's got to be focused on the video right there. Somebody just driving around and just listening to the audio tape. Those I think no, those don't exist anymore. But you get those MP4 or MP3s and just listen to those. And so depend on how you are and how you learn. Just pick what you really need. You got the library you can choose from. You got YouTube videos. You got audio tapes. You got all of those. Start from the beginning. And the beginning is simple. Build your self-esteem. That's, if you have a self-esteem, you can do anything you want. There's just no miracle to this. Like somebody who's like, how did you come to the US 25 years ago? You were born in France. What's wrong with you? I'm like, okay, so, between you and I, socialism is not the best style of country to build your own self-business. So I'm like, the American dreams. I'm like, everybody's done the American dreams. I'm like, well, the American dream started with me showing up 25 years ago with like maybe $2,000 in my pocket and 2 words in English, yes and no. Everybody's like, you're crazy. What are you doing? I'm like, I know I can do it, and I will. And that's what I did. That took me 4 months to learn, to start to be able to talk English perfectly fine, because my English teacher was just like, you're never going to learn anything about English, just stay in the back of the class. And that's what she did. But if you really want to, and if your goal is just to help others also, make something to yourself, just start to build yourself. Like you cannot build a castle on sand. So if you have the strongest mind, the strongest self-esteem, nobody's going to be able to break you. No one's going to be able to break you. No matter where you're from, no matter where you grow up and how you grow up and whatever your life prior was, it's like your brain is just like a sponge. Like the more you feed your brain about what can be done and how that can be done and what can you really do, there is no limit to yourself. Absolutely no limit. None.
Absolutely. All right, that was powerful, man. That was powerful right there, man. I appreciate that. So yeah, man. I know we kind of been on here for a while, man. But what I want to do is I just want to know what you want to leave with the people that are watching this right now that are probably, maybe maybe they've interested in, anything that you said here tonight or what we've been talking about. But what do you want to leave with the people here before we actually get off of this interview here?
Well, you can do it. I'm like, there's no, it's like, that's very, just that simple. You can do it. And if you don't think you can, just let your sponsor show you it can be done. And be coachable. If you are coachable, you will be able to do anything you want in your life. If you just think you know everything about everything, but you're not making enough money to survive and to get your family to survive, there is something wrong with this. I'm like, you cannot keep doing what you're doing and grow without changes. Like insanity is just doing the same thing over and over and expecting something different to happen. I'm like, yeah, it's like dream is it's just everybody's like the dream, everybody dream about big houses, big cars, big life, travels and everything else. But it's like how many people get this done? How many people get to work and get going with it? I'm like, Christmas time is the worst time ever for a lot of people. I'm like, what $500 would be helping people to do? I'm like, $500 you can buy a lot of gift for your kids, and that can be done like in freaking 3 days. I'm like, just get to work and just talk to businesses who need help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
You can do it. That's it.
I agree. So yeah, guys, like I said, I wanted to bring on my man here and just let him share his story and just share little things that could definitely help you guys out. But guys, it's really just two options at this point. It's either you can, continue to do what you're currently doing right now, or you can decide to lock arms with people who are actually getting results and take advantage of the mentorship that you're going to get access to if you decide to hit the get started button down below. So you're going to see a button down below. All you have to do is just push that button. After you do that, it's just real clear instructions. It kind of takes you right through the process. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you, Olivier, for coming out and doing this interview, man. You definitely shared some valuable information with my audience. But yeah, man, once again, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. You guys have a great day. Thanks.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Peace.